Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a look actually for my engagement. So I've come up with a bit of a dramatic look to go ahead with that. I will be wearing white. So I want to keep the eyes really smoky and popping, and I'm going to pop it out with a red lip. So really a classic glam, and then I'm going to get my hair done as well. So we're thinking like classic glam, old school Hollywood, I guess is the theme I went for. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up, and I'm going to jump right on into it. Taking my BYS primer, I've used 1.5 pumps and I'm distributing that evenly all over my face just using my fingers. For foundation, I used my Milani 2-in-1 Prime and Perfect Concealer in the colour 3 Light Beige, and I also mixed my Maybelline Fit Me foundation in the colour 120 into that just to make it a little bit lighter. I did use fake tan, so I definitely used less of my 120 shade than I usually would. For some reason I just decided to blend in with my fingers, so that's what I did instead of using a brush, but you could do whatever you prefer. Then using my beauty blender, I'm dabbing that all over my face to really push the foundation into my skin and take off any excess foundation. So that's going to leave me with a very smooth and airbrushed look. For brows, I'm using my Anastasia Dip Brow in the colour Dark Brown, and I'm using an eyeliner pencil. Now the reason I'm using the eyeliner brush, is because it's a lot thinner than a eyebrow brush, and so you can get a lot more precise lines. I do apologise, I didn't realise I was doing my brows kind of out of the video, but you can see the majority of what I'm doing, and I'm just going in small strokes to try and make the effect as natural as possible. And if you make a mistake, don't worry, because we'll go in with concealer afterwards and fix that all up. For the front of my eye, I'm just doing small little strokes to make it look like natural hairs. Moving on to the lids of my eyes, I'm taking my Maybelline Age 1 Concealer in the colour Light, and I'm using that as a primer. I'm then taking my Maybelline Loose Powder, also in the colour Light, and I'm just using that to set my eyes. Now this is a really important step, and I recommend you use a light colour to do this. You could use a white, you could just use an eyeshadow as well. To contour with the dark colour, I'm going to be using my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the colour Toast, and I'll be contouring my nose, my cheekbones, the top of my forehead, and also underneath my lip. I'll also be doing my jawline to give myself a really kind of snatched jawline and less of a turkey neck. Then I'm just using my foundation brush and I'm pushing that into my skin and moving it around in circular motions to blend everything. For my nose, I did use a smaller brush, just a little round one. To contour the light parts of my face, I'll jump back to my Maybelline Age 1 Concealer. I'll be contouring that area, so on the top of my nose, my forehead as well, the lower center part of my forehead, above my upper lip, my chin, and also under my eyes. To set the light parts of my contour, I'll be using my Sports Girl Bananarama powder, which is just a banana powder in a light kind of yellow color. My skin has more a yellow tone, so I like this powder. It's a brightening powder. And to set the dark parts of my contour, I'll be using my Benefit bronzer in the colour Cooler. After I set the dark parts of my contour with a big fluffy brush, I then like to go in with a thinner brush like the one you can see now, and just really get those lines a bit more precise and a little bit darker. I'm taking the colours Chic and Bold from my Tarte's Pro palette, and I'm using them as a mixture to go into my crease as my transition colour. Then to darken the crease, I'm using Cypress Umbra from my Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. Before I used a fluffy brush, this case I'm using a slightly more precise brush to get the crease a bit darker. I then took the brush that comes with the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette, and I just used the big fluffy side without any powder on it to just make sure the edges are really smoothed out so the eye's got a really nice smoky look to it. Jumping back to my Tarte palette, I'm using the colour Smoked as well as the colour Punk to darken out the outer V of my eye. Again, I've gone for more of a precise brush, and I also ended up spraying my brush with MAC Fix Plus to really make sure the colour on the outer V comes out and is extremely vibrant. I then went in with the light colour Classic from my Tarte palette, and this was to ensure that the colour that I put on top on my lid would really come out to the best of its ability because it's starting on a really nice light base. I'm then taking care to switch between my brushes and really make sure everything is blended and smoothed out. So I've jumped in with a bit more of my transition color and gone over the top, and then jumped in as well with clean brushes and just made sure everything's beautifully blended and very nice and smoky. To clean up the sides, because of course the shadow can go down a bit and I want my line to be nice and crisp, I'm just using a liner brush along with some concealer, and I'm just going over that, and that will give a really beautiful cut line that will make your eyes really stretch out. So you can make sure that if you go too low or anything, you can just cover that up with concealer. And then I'm taking those browns as well as a little bit of black to smoke out the bottom of my eye. I really wanted my lids to pop, so I've actually gone in with my highlighter palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills, the Nicole Guerrero palette, and I've used a mix of the colors Forever Lit as well as Forever Young onto my lid. So that really made my eye pop in the way that I wanted to. Again, I've used my MAC Fix Plus to spray my brush to really enhance the pigment so that my eyes pop. Of course, then the blend to my outer V isn't as good, so I've jumped back in with that brush I was using for the dark colors, and I've gone to fix those lines up so there's no harsh lines and it's beautifully smoked over. Jumping in with my liquid eyeliner, I'm using my Kat Von D Tattoo eyeliner in the color Trooper, and I'm just doing a thin line and a tiny little wing. Again, I apologize, I didn't realize how out of camera I was when I was doing this, and I was really focusing so that I didn't stuff up because I didn't want to have to fix anything up, so I am sorry about that. To complete my eye look, I've used my Better Than Sex mascara from Too Faced and my Majesty lashes in the style King. Almost forgot to highlight under my brow bones. I'm just using the color Classic from my Tarte palette just to make them pop a little bit. To highlight my face, I used the color Forever Lit, and as always, I highlighted on top of my nose and I highlighted above my lip. And then I did do a little bit of highlight on my cheeks, and I went over that with my finger so it was very much a natural glow, because I didn't want everything, my lids and everything, to be glowing and look too much along the lines of a disco ball for this look. Remember, I wanted to do a bit of a Hollywood classic glam look, so I didn't think too much highlight would be great given the strength of the eyes. And of course, don't forget the tear ducts as well. I did make them pop a little bit. For lips, I'm using my NYX retractable lip liner in the color Sienna, and I'm so sorry, when I was doing it, it was just completely off camera and I didn't realize. After I've outlined my lips, I'm then going in with my Sports Girl lip chalk, my matte lip cream in the color Bombshell, to make my lips really pop. What I then did is I jumped back in with my lip liner and I just went over the sides and the top a little bit to give it, my lips, a bit of an ombre look. It's very slight, so the lip liner I used is a little bit darker than the actual liquid lipstick. And jumping into blush, so I used my MAC blush in the color Ginger Lily. I wanted to keep the amount of color I used down. I'm doing a very strong eye look and a very strong lip. I didn't want to do a whole heap of color on my cheeks. It's a very natural color. And then I just jumped in with my Sports Girl Bananarama powder again. So that brightening powder, just wiping off any excess around my eyes or anything like that, and just fixing things up. I then took my Urban Decay face setting spray and sprayed everywhere on my face. It's gotta last a long time. Finally done, and off to the hairdressers. So here we have the final look. I went and got my hair done. I will show you guys my outfit as well. I'll jump outside and get Max to take some shots so you can see the whole thing put together. I did jam my zip, so it's jammed pretty high up, which is okay. I don't think anyone can tell, but I can't get it high and I can't get it lower, so I can't redo it, so that's a problem. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think I got my theme even right, if you think I've worked well with the old school Hollywood kind of glamour theme. Let me know in the comments below. I have to apologize as well. I don't know how to iron and the dress is a little creased. I've had it sitting in the bathroom, but I only came yesterday, so it's only been there for like, you know, my shower and Max's shower, because the steam like can help iron out the dress. I know that's such a cheap method and it really didn't work that well, but I think the top ironed out a little bit. It's just the back that didn't, so oh well. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and until next time, bye.